This video is part of the adult education series on reading. It covers making inferences in literary texts. Pay close attention, take notes, and be ready to answer some questions at the end.
In literature, making inferences is a critical skill that enhances comprehension and engagement with texts. Inferences allow readers to go beyond the literal meaning of the words on the page to uncover deeper meanings, themes, and emotional undertones. This skill is essential for university students, as it fosters critical thinking and analytical abilities that are crucial in academic writing and discourse. This video will explore the importance of making inferences, the strategies involved, and how these inferences contribute to a richer understanding of literary works. An inference is a conclusion drawn from evidence and reasoning, rather than from explicit statements. In literature, authors often leave clues or hints that suggest underlying themes, character motivations, or the emotional context of a scene. When readers make inferences, they interpret these clues based on their experiences, knowledge, and the text itself. This process transforms reading from a passive activity into an active engagement with the material. For example, consider a character who frequently looks out of a window, watching the rain fall. The text may not explicitly state this character's feelings. However, readers can infer that the character might be feeling melancholic or contemplative. By connecting textual evidence with their own understanding of human emotions, readers enrich their interpretation of the story. Making inferences is vital for several reasons. 1. Enhance comprehension. Inferences deepen understanding by connecting the dots between various elements of a text. Readers who can infer meanings are more likely to grasp complex narratives and themes, leading to a more profound comprehension of the material. 2. Critical thinking. Inference making requires analytical skills. Students learn to evaluate evidence, recognize patterns, and draw conclusions that may not be immediately visible. This critical engagement with text prepares students for advanced academic work, where analysis and interpretation are key components. 3. Personal connection. Inferences often draw on personal experiences and emotions, allowing readers to connect with literature on a more personal level. This connection can lead to a greater appreciation of the text and its themes. 4. Cultural context. Literature often reflects the cultural, social, and historical context in which it was written. Making inferences allows readers to understand these contexts better, which can enhance their interpretation and appreciation of the text's significance. To effectively make inferences while reading, students can employ several strategies. Close reading. This technique involves carefully analyzing the text for details that may provide insight into the characters, plot, and themes. Look for figurative language, symbolism, and dialogue that hints at deeper meanings. Contextual clues. Pay attention to the context surrounding key events or character actions. Understanding the environment, societal norms, and historical background can provide essential clues for making inferences. Character analysis. Analyze characters' actions, thoughts, and motivations. Consider how their backgrounds and relationships influence their behavior and choices. This analysis often reveals underlying themes and conflicts. Theme exploration. Identify recurring themes throughout the text. By examining how different elements contribute to these themes, readers can infer the author's message or commentary on life, society, or humanity. Discussion and collaboration. Engaging in discussions with peers can provide new perspectives and insights. Sharing interpretations and responses can lead to a more nuanced understanding of the text. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The green light at the end of Daisy's dock symbolizes Gatsby's unattainable dreams. While the text does not explicitly define this symbol, readers can infer its significance through Gatsby's longing and the broader themes of the American dream. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Scout Finch's observations about her father, Atticus, reveal his moral integrity and the values he imparts to his children. Readers can infer the societal issues of racism and justice through her innocent yet insightful perspective. The Road by Cormac McCarthy. The bleak landscape and the father-son relationship serve as a backdrop for themes of survival and hope. Readers can infer the depth of their bond and the struggle for humanity in an apocalyptic world through their interactions and the environment around them. Consider the following excerpt from a fictional narrative. The sun had long since set, but Maria remained at her desk, her pen moving slowly across the page. Every few minutes, she glanced at the clock, her brow furrowed in concentration. From this passage, the reader can infer several things. Maria is likely working late into the night, suggesting dedication or perhaps a looming deadline. Her repeated glances at the clock and furrowed brow indicate she may be anxious or under pressure. The author does not explicitly state Maria's feelings or circumstances, but through careful observation and reasoning, the reader can infer her emotional state and possible motivations. Inference is crucial for interpreting themes, character development, and symbolism in literature. For instance, when analyzing a poem, readers may infer the poet's attitude toward a subject based on tone, imagery, and word choice. In novels, readers often infer relationships between characters, the significance of certain events, or the meaning of recurring motifs. Moreover, inference allows readers to appreciate the artistry of literature. Authors often use ambiguity and subtlety to invite multiple interpretations, making the reading experience richer and more engaging. By making inferences, readers become co-creators of meaning, actively shaping their understanding of the text. Let's check for understanding. Carefully read the following questions, pause the video, determine the best answer for each, and then restart the video to check your answer. When making inferences in literature, what is the primary relationship between textual evidence and reader interpretation? Reader interpretation should completely override textual evidence. Textual evidence serves only as a suggestion for interpretation. Reader interpretation must be supported by specific textual evidence. Textual evidence is irrelevant to reader interpretation. The correct response is: reader interpretation must be supported by specific textual evidence. In literary analysis, what role do context clues play in making inferences? They are unnecessary for interpretation. They provide background information only. They serve as the sole basis for interpretation. They help readers understand implied meanings and relationships. The correct response is: they help readers understand implied meanings and relationships. Which statement best describes the relationship between character motivation and inference? Character motivations can only be explicitly stated in the text. Readers must avoid making any assumptions about character motivations. Character motivations can be inferred through actions, dialogue, and context. Character motivations are irrelevant to literary interpretation. The correct response is: character motivations can be inferred through actions, dialogue, and context. What is the most effective way to validate an inference? Finding multiple pieces of textual evidence that support the conclusion. Asking other readers if they agree. Relying on personal intuition. Looking for a single supporting quote. The correct response is: finding multiple pieces of textual evidence that support the conclusion. Conclusion. Making inferences is a vital skill for students, enabling them to engage deeply with literature and develop critical analytical abilities. By understanding the nuances of texts and employing various strategies to draw conclusions, students can enrich their reading experience and gain a more profound appreciation for the art of storytelling. As they continue to explore literary works, the ability to make inferences will serve them well in both their academic pursuits and their personal growth as thoughtful, reflective individuals. This skill not only enhances comprehension but also fosters a lifelong love of literature, encouraging students to explore the complexities of human experience through words. This has been a production of D&J Designs and Mathman 1962. If you like this video, click on the thumbs up. If you want to be notified when new videos are posted, click the bell. And if you want to see more videos like this one, click on the subscribe button.